What's up, folks? The Sportsbook Killa giving you my UFC Vegas 96 predictions. It's a short card. There's only about 9 or 10 fights on there, so it won't be much to do. It'd be a pretty short video. Okay, check this. We're going to go a real quick recap over what happened last week. Last week, we had a lot of upsets. My UFC and PFL 3-pick parlays, I hit 2, missed 1, so I was 66% there. My UFC 305 strong prop bets, I hit 5, missed 3. I was at 62% there. My UFC and PFL 2-pick parlays, I hit 3, missed 2, so that put me at 60%. My PFL playoffs, I was 4-1. The one that I missed was a draw. So that was 80%. I was 80% accurate on that one. And my UFC 305 strong bets, I was 3-2. So that put me at 60%. So if you took those bets, you couldn't have lost. That's for sure. You probably made a little bit. You should have profited some on that deal. Now let's get to UFC Vegas. And you know, those fight cards, especially UFC 305, there were a lot of upsets. We had Usyk get KO'd in the first round, and Gamrot got, I thought, robbed, but he lost. So there was some upsets on there, but the way that I set up those parlays, you still couldn't have lost even with the upsets. So, and a lot of people told me they got hit pretty hard because they bet pretty heavy on Gamrot and Usyk. But that's when two guys get in that cage and start throwing hands, anything can happen. Let's get to this fight card. UFC Vegas 96. We got the main event, the middleweights. Jared Cannonier going up against Kyle Barrio. I like both of these guys, to be honest with you. I really like Jared Cannonier. He's a really cool dude, too. But at 40 years old, I love the way he strikes. He boxes really well. He's a very hard puncher. He came down from heavyweight, but he was knocking out guys at heavyweight. His boxing's good. His cardio's good. He has really good takedown defense. He switches stances really well. He's just a good all-around fighter. Really good all-around fighter. But at 40, and Kyle Barrio being the new up-and-coming guy, this guy is a former judo champ. He's a judo brown belt. He's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt. He's a Muay Thai black belt. Very versatile striker with good takedowns and a really good ground game. I got to go with Kyle Barrio to get this one done, y'all. Cannonier is tough, so I can see I'm definitely going to take the over 1.5 round prop and the over 2.5 round prop in this one because Cannonier is tough. And I'm not going to totally sleep on Cannonier because Barrio, I mean, this is a 5-rounder, so his cardio is going to have to be on point. But he's been really looking good lately. I'm going with Kyle Barrio to win this one, and I'm definitely taking the overs in this one. Well, the over 1.5 and over 2.5 round prop. May even sprinkle a little something over 3.5 round prop, but officially I'll take those 2 props for sure. Next fight, we got Angela Hill going up against Tabitha Ricci. These women's strawweights. Interesting fight. I like both of these fighters too. Angela Hill is tough. She's a veteran. She's been doing this for a very long time. She's been in the cage with some of the best of them. But I'm going to give Tabitha Ricci, I'm going to put a little bet on her. I'm not going to go too heavy on her because Angela Hill can still fight. She's 39 years old. Tabitha Ricci is 29 years old. So I'm basically betting on that 10-year age gap. I don't see much of a difference. I'm just going to try and take a shot at youth and see if I can win some money that way. I'm definitely going to take the over 1.5 round prop, and I'm definitely going to take the over 2.5 round prop. I can see this fight going the distance because both of these ladies can fight. And they go at it, and this is going to be a pretty decent fight, I think. I really do think that. So the pick for me here, I ain't gonna go too heavy on it now. Just maybe 1 or 2 parlays. Tabitha Ricci and the over 1.5 round prop, and the over 2.5 round prop. Next fight. This one I am gonna go heavy on. These are men's welterweight division. Neil Magny going up against Michael Morales. I'm definitely taking Michael Morales. I think he crushes Neil Magny. He started out at -500, meaning you got to give up 5-to-1 odds. Well, now he's already -700. So by fight time, I hate to think what the odds are going to be. So I'm going to take Michael Morales to win this one. This guy, let me give you some ballistics on both of these guys. Neil Magny is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt. Though his ground game is rather weak, his takedown defense is rather weak. He has good cardio and a strong chin, and he can box some. I've never been all that impressed with Neil Magny, though. Michael Morales is a former freestyle wrestling champ with great boxing, strong chin, former Muay Thai champ, really good cardio, and he is a hard puncher. I'm going to go with Michael Morales to pull this one out, and I'm going to take the over 1.5 round prop, and I'm going to sprinkle a little something on the over 2.5 round prop. Next fight. This fight here, I'm definitely going to go heavy on as well. We got the men's middleweight division, Zachary Reese going up against Jose Daniel Medina. And this is Medina's UFC debut. From what I've seen so far, his boxing's rather weak. Zachary Reese has a 100% finish rate, win or lose. He's only lost one so far in the UFC. And that was in the UFC. I believe that was his UFC debut, if I'm not mistaken. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt. He has a very good ground game, though. And he is a hard, versatile striker. I'm going with Zach Reese all the way. The guy's going to be, he's 6'4". He's tall for middleweight division. So I'm going with Zachary Reese to win. I'm not even going to touch the over-unders in this one because I don't have an idea as to how this one might go. But I'm definitely going heavy with Zachary Reese. Next fight. We got Edmund Shabazian going up against Gerald Mearshot. If these guys were at least a little consistent, I could rock with them. If I absolutely positively had to bet, if you made me bet, I probably would throw a little something on Shabazian. But, man, after looking at these guys fight, Shabazian is very good, but his cardio has always been questionable. You know, he trains at Extreme Couture. He's a karate black belt, but his cardio is just, I just can't bet. I just can't bet on somebody with that iffy cardio like that. He has good boxing, though, really good boxing, but he has a very low fight IQ. He makes some mistakes in the octagon that are just so irritating. Gerald Mearshot, he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and a kickboxing black belt. He has really good boxing, has a good ground game, and he has good cardio. But some days he wants to fight, and some days he wants to watch his opponent fight. I just can't bet on somebody that will stand there. I hate a fighter when they stand and watch their opponent fight. It's so irritating to me, I can't bet on it. But what I can bet on is that the fight starts the second round and that the fight starts the third round. I'll take that. I'll take the fight starts second round prop with DraftKings and fight starts third round prop with DraftKings. Next fight. We got the men's featherweight division. Danny Silva going up against Dennis Bazooka. Danny Silva is a hard puncher. He has really good boxing. He spars with he used to spar with Cub Swanson. He switches stances really well. His ground game's rather weak though, but he did take Josh Kulibau to a split decision. Dennis Bazooka, man, he's halfway decent too. His takedowns are weak and his boxing's weak. But you would think his wrestling would be better because he trains with Merab Dashweli and Aljamain Sterling. You would think his takedowns would be better and his grappling would be better, but he has a really hard time taking guys down. So I'm going to throw Danny Silva in a parlay and see if he can pull out this win for me striking. I am. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to take the over 1.5 round prop and over 2.5 round prop. I can see this fight lasting a little while. Next fight. We got, oh, man. I can never say his name right. Vyacheslav Borshev. They call him Slava Claus. Slava Claus, man, his last performance against Chase Hooper just, I'm going to give him one more chance to redeem himself. He's fighting James Yontop. Yontop is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt. He has fast hands and good boxing. He's a versatile striker. He throws punches and kicks, but I don't see anything that he does great. Slava Claus, I'm gonna give him a chance. He has very strong calf kicks. He's a former world kickboxing champ. Trains a Team Alpha male with good boxing. He has very fast hands too, and he has good cardio. I'm gonna see if Slava Claus can redeem himself from that loss he gave me last time, and see if he can come back and get this win over James Yontop. So yeah, I'll take Slava Claus with this one, y'all. Next fight, Jacqueline Cavalcanti going up against Josiane Nunes. I am not betting on this fight. I'm not. These two. Josiane Nunes is 5'2". I don't see anything she does good. She struggles to get inside. She struggles to take people down. And Cavalcanti is okay. She has good boxing. She has good leg kicks. She has a strong chin, but absolutely zero power. She doesn't leg kick with power. She doesn't punch with power. She just pity pats. I just can't do it. I can't bet on that. So, but what I can bet on is the over 1.5 round prop and the over 2.5 round prop. If I can't pick a winner, I try to pick the distance. So I go ahead and see if this fight can last a while, which with these two, nothing exciting usually happens in their fights. So I could guess the fight will go on for a long time. The next fight, we got Kong Wang. This is the women's flyweight division. Kong Wang in her UFC debut going up against Victoria Leonardo. Victoria Leonardo is she win one fight, she'll lose 3. And she win one fight, she'll lose the next 2. So she hasn't been consistent at all. I cannot rock with her. Kong Wang is coming in at minus 850, which means you have to give up 8.5 to 1 odds to bet on her as a UFC debut. Not going to do it. And it'll probably be minus 1,000 by fight night. Not going to touch it. I'm going to sprinkle a little something just to gamble, just for gambler's sake. I'm going to sprinkle a little something on the fight starting the 2nd round and the fight starting the 3rd round. And that'll be that for this fight right here. Good luck with this fight card, y'all. It's not the best, but we should still be able to make some money on it. And be on the lookout because my PFL picks are going to be coming out in about another day or 2. If we can parlay the PFL with UFC just like last week, everybody should be making some nice coin with that. Good luck this Saturday, folks.